Welcome back to Cowboy Insiders, a source for the latest updates, breaking news, and deep analysis about the American team, Dallas Cowboy. So, if you are new here, please make sure you hit on subscribe button and turn on notification and join one of the most passionate fan base of the Dallas Cowboy. And to everyone who has been already part of the family, thank you so much to continued support for Cowboy Insiders. A Dallas Cowboys eyes a game-changing addition inside the potential new signings and roster strategy. As the offseason intensifies, the Dallas Cowboys front office, led by the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, is aggressively exploring a multiple avenues to upgrade the roster. From a free agency's acquisition to NFL draft prospect, the Cowboys are positioning themselves for a serious Super Bowl run by targeting players who can immediately contribute in all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams. The Cowboys' strategy revolves around strengthening a depth, improving a salary cap efficiency, and adding explosive playmakers who fit their scheme versatility under the current coaching system. One of the biggest priorities for the Dallas is adding another dynamic weapon alongside a quarterback, Dak Prescott. While Dak Prescott remains the franchise, the front office understands the importance of surrounding him with an talent to maximize the passing attack efficiency. A name that continues to surface in league cycle is T. Higgins. Known for his alert learning, precious contested clutch ability, and red zone dominance, Higgins would instantly upgrade his Dallas wide receiver corps, so his addition would create a dangerous duo with a CD Lamb, forcing a defense into difficult coverage schemes like cover two, shares, or blanket coverage. Another potential fit is Michael Pittman Jr., a physical receiver who excels in yards after a catch situation and can live in a short to intermediate routes, so perfect for sustaining long drives and controlling time of possession. With the Cowboys looking to re-establish the ground and proud identity, a player like Josh Jacobs could be a major addition. Jacobs brings a narrative vision booster through the line of scrimmage and the ability to handle a heavy workload as three down back. So for defensive reinforcements, we talk about building a championship caliber unit. Defensively, the Cowboys already have strong core led by Micah Parsons, one of the most disruptive defensive player in the league. However, adding a depth to a defensive line and secondary remain crucial. The Dallas could pursue a dominant interior presence like Chris Jones. His ability to collapse the pockets and generate interior pass rush pressure would complement a Parsons and create mismatches across the defensive front. Another intriguing option is Daniel Hunter, the proven edge rusher who excels in a QB pressures, sacks, and setting the edge against the run. So pairing a Hunter with Parsons would give a Dallas one of the most feared pass rush duos in the NFL. Secondary upgrades in the secondary. The Cowboys may look to add a shutdown corner like Jalen Johnson. His ability to play man-to-man coverage and and limit 8 receivers would significantly boost a Dallas defensive flexibility. NFL draft strategy building for the future beyond the free agents. The National Football League draft remains a critical component of the Dallas roster building philosophy. The Cowboys are known for identifying a high-value players who outperform their draft position. Potentially, draft targets include a left tackle to secure the blind side and improve pass protection, a linebacker with a sideline to sideline speed for a better run defense and coverage. Also a slot receiver who can exploit a mismatches in nickel formation. Dallas will likely focus on players with a high football IQ, a strong combine metrics, and the ability to contribute early on a rookie contract, which help to manage the salary caps. So there is a key NFL terms. So the Dallas Cowboys are not rebuilding, they are reloading. With a solid core already in place and smart addition through a free agents and draft, Dallas has a potential to become a true contender. If they successfully land even few of these high impact players, improve the offensive consistency and maintain defensive dominance, the Cowboys could finally Cowboy and the players signing with Dallas Cowboy in NFL draft mocks. So if you didn't make subscribe on Cowboy Insiders, please make subscribe, and it is for the first time, make subscribe, like, share and comments in order to build our Cowboy Insiders fans. Jalen Thompson. John Thompson matching up with Asetlo, Jackson Smith and Jigubwa was a full-time starter in Arizona. The past 5 seasons, the former Cardinal agreed a 3-year deal with a maximum of $33 million. The Cowboys made their first splash free agency agreement since adding a cornerback Brandon Carr on 5 years, which will worth about $50 million deal in 2026. Thompson fills a major need in a secondary for the Cowboys. He has been full-time starter at the past 5 seasons with Arizona and also has 9 career interceptions. He can fill a multiple roles for a new coordinator, Christian Parker, and has familiarity on the coaching staff with a new corners with a coach Ryan Smith. The Cowboys need communicator in the secondary, and the Thompson can make sure everybody is one of the same page. He is a young, turning 28 in July, but has an experience to help a secondary grow in a Dallas Cowboys. Next is Kobe Durant. Kobe Durant is joining a Dallas Cowboy on 1 year's deal which will worth about $6 million. Durant started 39 of 61 games in his 4 years with the Rams and they recorded 7 interceptions and returning 2 for touchdowns. Between 5 and 11 foot and 181 pounds, he is not a large cornerback, but he has shown the ability to match up well with a bigger receivers. The Cowboys have question on the position with Darren Bland and Shavon Levers Jr. and Colin Carson playing through injuries last year, and the Bland is rehabbing from off-season foot surgery. The Cowboys hope Rivera will make a second-year jump after missing the first 9 games last season, recovering from a torn ACL. This means Dallon was on rehabilitation and recovering from ACL injury. Durant has some experience playing in a slot, which could be a bonus for the Cowboys, but his addition would not prevent them from selecting a corners with one of their first 2-round picks in upcoming NFL draft mocks. Then also, the Sam Williams, he is the defensive end in re-upping on 1-year deal, which will worth about $3 million. The former Cowboys second round picks return on low cost and low risk move. He had 1 sack last season after coming back from a torn ACL and starting 5 of 17 games. He has credited with 38 tackles and 25 pressures and 6 tackles for loss, a fumble recovery and forced fumble. He had 8.5 sacks in the first 2 years before the injury. So perhaps a change in a shame under a Packer can up his pass rusher production in 2026. While the trade of Rashan Gally means more for the defense, resigning Williams shouldn't take the Cowboys out of adding more help in free agencies or using one of their top picks on pass rusher in the NFL draft. So, Dallas Cowboy also agreed 1-year deal with a maximum of $3 million with a former Charger, Otito Agbonia. Defensive tackles doesn't seem like a major need when the Cowboys already have Quinnen Williams, Ken Duck, and Solomon Thomas. Also plus 2025 draft picks J. Toia. But Agonia can play a role. A Packer wants to keep a fresh rotation of linemen in his defense. Ogbonia was limited to 9 games last season because of injury, but he had 14 pressures and a half sack. He has started 20 career games and 81 tackles. Between 6 foot and 4 and 320 pounds, he has a size to help a bolster on the front. PG Loki, the former Broncos safety, will join also Dallas with 1-year contract. Catch up on NFL free agencies, top remaining players, and grading deals, ranking 32 classes, and lingering questions, and every team signing more reactions. After agreeing to deal with a Thompson on Monday, Aloki is a second safety to be brought aboard. The Cowboys reworked the deal for one of the last year's startup, Malik Hooker, and have Max Kisbell on roster. So the safety group looks filled out. Aloki started 26 games in 6 years in Denver, and he had an interception in the Broncos playoff win versus Buffalo in this year in January. If the Cowboys believe Thompson can play the nickel spot full-time, that opens up opportunities for Aloki who has 174 tackles and 7 tackles for a loss in his career. At the very least, he brings a veteran depth and also can be a core special teamers in the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys didn't really need another quarterback with last year's loan. So Dak Prescott and Joe Milton III and Will Glee under contract, but they brought on fourth arm Howard, who ended last season with Philadelphia after spending time with Minnesota, made the first start of his career against the Cowboys in 2022 while with Washington and got the wins. For his career, he has recorded 22 touchdowns passes and 23 interceptions. So can he compete for the backup jobs held by Milton last season? Is he just another arm for the off-season program? It's a fly on a guy, and Cowboys would like to see what he has. There is no real risk here. Hennessy essentially replaces a block Hoffman, who has been valuable reserve central and guards the past 2 seasons and has not tended as a restricted free agents. Hennessy has started 24 games, including the games in Atlanta. He has a third-round pick out of Tampa for Atlanta in 2025 and played for the Falcons and San Francisco the past 6 seasons. The Cowboys needed interior offensive line depth and have a TG Bass who started late last season at the left guard and is restricted as a free agent. The Cowboys tendered a bus at a second-round level of $6 million. Adrian Hendrick also, which have been already signed a new contract with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk with what will help the Dallas Cowboys in this season. The former Rams signed 1-year millions contract that could max about. The Cowboys believe that a team can never have enough corners. They added a Kobe Durant in the first week of free agents. They re-signed a lady Stewart and Kendrick, who has 3 interceptions in 47 games with the Rams and Seahawks in his career, which have a chance to earn a roster spot this summer. But look for the Cowboys to add at least one more cornerback in a draft, perhaps in the first round. The former Santa Claus is joining a Dallas on 1-year deal. Contract is a Jonathan Bullard. Bullard is another rotational piece for defensive line. He is entering his 11th season and has played for 6 teams, including the New Orleans Saints last year. But he has a background with a new defensive line coach Marcus Dixon, having spent 3 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings